bridge crossing in Acadiana was named for Catherine TonTon Pierre, who was a free woman of color of Atakapa-Ishak Native American descent. TonTon was a spiritual healer whose story has gone unnoticed for years, at least until now. Her descendants set up a marker in the Lafayette area honoring her memory. Take a look. The massive land from Cameron Parish to St. Charles and everything in between is dubbed Cajun country, a place known for its food, music, and unique take on life. But of course, every story has its beginning, middle, and end. To some who live here, the beginning has been neglected. This congregation at Our Lady of Assumption Church is righting that wrong with the acknowledgement of their ancestor,
Catherine TonTon Pierre and St. Catherine Drexel.
Catherine TonTon Pierre was a free woman of color living in Civil War-era Acadiana. She is listed as Black on the census from the time, but she was really Ishak of the Atakapa-Ishak, which is a Native American tribe who called Acadiana home well before any documented European ships hit the Virginia coast.
History is very important. TonTon, we have history about who she was, but none of it's definitive, and that's our reality as African people as well. That it's very difficult to find parts of the lineage.
Mary Flowers is a descendant of TonTon. Her family has heard bits and pieces of the legend for generations, whispers about a Native ancestor whose impact on Louisiana went unnoticed, until Flowers and her family started to dig.
Well, it was passed down that she was a healer, that she was born in 1801. So again, that was prior to the Louisiana Purchase. But slavery was alive and well here. Again, indigenous people being pushed off their land by colonization of the French and the British and also the Spanish. So, they're basically, and so we were caught in the middle. Those who were oppressed were caught in the middle.
TonTon was caught in the middle, just as Flowers said, but she used her skills to help those in need. She healed and tended to wounded soldiers, and as a result, they granted her a hospital. That stretch of land is located right at the edge of LA Highway 1252.
Because this was done to honor our ancestors, but it was also done for this generation to know exactly what they've got here. And pull it back. Keep going. Come on, you can do it.
A landmark was placed on the bridge so everyone who passes can understand the history.
There are a lot of markers up and signs up across Acadiana that they have to do with the Cajun culture. And I'm not knocking the Cajun culture. They have a unique and very compelling story. But the indigenous people were here first, and this is Atakapa country. If you look at old maps before the Europeans, from southeast Texas to southwest Louisiana, that was all Atakapa country. And so I wanted to honor my ancestors. I wanted to specifically honor TonTon for being a tremendous medicine woman and healer. She served her community. There is they say it's Cajun country, and we're okay with that. We share it with the Cajun, but they've kind of sprinkled Cajun over everything. And so the contributions that the African slaves made, as well as the Native Americans, it's being undermined, it's being diminished by everything's Cajun.
The land was later used by Catherine Drexel, a Catholic nun who would turn TonTon's hospital into a school for Native and Black children. The steps are still there.
She framed all these photos. She was so busy yesterday, continually busy.
Drexel's contribution is labeled on the back of TonTon's marker.
I think without Catherine Drexel's work, I'm not sure where we would be in terms of education.
Exactly.
So she had a huge impact on our family and our community. Our church community is a Catherine Drexel community. And we're just so proud of all of it.
Yeah.
This story took a lot of research to uncover and to document in this way for everyone to see. But it also took an emotional toll on the descendants who had to accept this heritage without shame.
Spirit tells you who you are, the Holy Spirit, the Great Spirit, your spirit. You can't let outsiders tell you who you are. And I'm Native and African, and I am darn proud That tells me that my ancestors, the women in my ancestry, were warriors on the African side and the indigenous side. And I don't think anyone can really appreciate how emboldened, empowering that enlightenment is for me.
So yes, this stretch of land is Cajun country, but that's only a snippet of the truth. It's also undeniably native, undeniably historical, and an undeniable part of Louisiana's cultural fabric, a part that deserves to be remembered and honored.